Do you think we dropped the ball? Because when you look into our history, in 1896, 1897, this was, I mean, arguably the first spot where electricity, was first generated and distributed in Nigeria. Then we had universal adult suffrage before the United States, 1923, 1924. You had the Western Nigeria TV. Was that not first in Africa, or first it was West Africa? Now, and some other firsts here and there, Nigerians who, have led the way globally in different fields. Now, today, we have more of, we have tribesmen, but no citizens. People hardly want to identify themselves as Nigerians. And they actually argue that, yes, this is the reason why. And they put forth strong arguments to show why they shouldn't be Nigerians first before being any other thing. So where do you think we dropped the ball? And what is the path, what are the pathways to redemption?
Thank you so much. That's very inspiring data that you gave us then. The question we should ask ourselves is, we fought for independence. The people that led the charge were people who had the opportunity of getting education in developed economies. They had the capacity to envision our country as a developed economy. And that's why we made those quick strides, right, even after independence. However, there was deep distrust. We are a country that has different nations and cultures and aspirations and values put together. So there was a lot of negotiation when we were about to have our independence. But as soon as we got that independence, and then there was this high level of distrust. The leadership in many places just took over from the colonialists. And then it was like we now had internal colonialists. We were supposed to continue the conversation, to carry on the conversation, carry on the negotiations, and to continue to improve on the system. But the system was truncated. And not long after we got our independence, then we had the military coup. We had young people in their 20s and 30s who came into leadership. What we must admit, and it is the same across Africa, is that a good chunk of the people that took over the leadership did not have the capacity. They did not have the vision. They did not have the leadership capacity or skills, and they squandered the opportunities that we had. I would say, what's the point? Crying over spilt milk, even though we need to identify what the core issues have been. So, for us right now, the question would be, so what are we going to do? Leaders and entrepreneurs usually have the same kind of mindset. The average human being runs away from a problem. The entrepreneur runs towards it. They solve the problems. That's why they make the money. The same thing with the leader. The average person complains, sees obstacles. The leader sees an opportunity for a miracle. My call right now is to every Nigerian. All of us have the capacity to influence. Don't abandon the responsibility for building and using that influence. There's something I called learned state of helplessness. Once you listen to what everybody else around is saying, you will feel powerless, you will feel weak, you will feel you can do nothing. Yet most of those that have the greatest influence in our country right now were not born like that. They built the influence. You ask me, how do I build my influence? Capacity to affect other people positively. Be the problem solver and start from a small level. Give food to someone that is hungry on your street. Be the one to clean the street, right? Help people. Meet needs for people. Meet people's needs, okay, and gradually build your influence. You have tools at your disposal now that generations before you never had. Each person's phone now is their TV station, is their radio station, right? Is their newspaper. Use it as your platform. Add value to the community. Be a problem solver. Build gradually, your influence. And it is that collective influence, gradually with time, you know, that's going to transform our country. I'm going to stop on this note. If you are going to be part of the new Nigeria, get rid of your discrimination. I say again, all the religions teach love. Hatred, bias, prejudice reduce our value as human beings. At the end of the day, we're all the same. We are all, even where the color of the skin is different. They found out that's where the difference ends. Everything from under that skin is the same. We're all human. Hunger doesn't know any tribe. Okay? So let's get rid of our discrimination, think collectively for the whole of Nigeria, and see how to improve everyone's quality of life. Start from the people in your family. Treat people with respect. Serve people with excellence. Give your best. At the end of the day, when we all collectively do that with time, I believe we're going to see the change. I should serve a warning. I've seen places where people fought for change in this world, countries where they fought for change. When the change suddenly happened, they were not ready for it. They did not have the skills. They did not have the character. Citizens of other countries came in because they needed the skills. And then when they used the opportunities, then you have what we call xenophobia. Oh, the strangers came and took my opportunity. So you need to develop the character, develop the skills, develop the competence, develop the love, develop the kindness. Get ready for the new Nigeria, because I believe it will happen very soon.